this is my fight. This is my fight. Don't you dare jump in on my fight. I swear. Like, it was the craziest thing, you know. But God and my relationship with Him and my relationship with Jesus Christ is like my main focus. You're not fighting right away. It's gonna be a year. We're gonna have you train, and you're not gonna be fighting. So show up, and then we'll see if you fight.
All right, guys, this is Crazy Kev here, and I'm here with UFC fighter Marcus McGhee. Marcus, how we doing, my man?
I'm doing great as always, brother. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I can't complain. And Marcus, man, you got a fight coming up. Can you talk us a little bit more about that matchup?
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. Ayman Zahibi. I'm sure I butchered that name. Super sorry about it, but yeah, super excited about it. I was excited to get the name, excited to get the date. So yeah, just gearing up to get back in there and do the damn thing.
That's right. That's right. And what are you kind of doing in training camp to kind of get prepared for this matchup as well, too, man?
So training camp continues like normal. We train year round regularly. So everything pretty much stays the same. We just ramp everything up. Extra conditioning, extra making sure we're taking care of ourselves as far as nutritionally wise, and keeping ourselves dialed in as far as that goes. But everything else pretty much stays the same. Twice a day, 6 days a week, sometimes times a day, depending on. And then just working on everything, just trying to sharpen up my toolbox.
Nice, nice, very good, man. And when you first came into the UFC, I mean, Sean O'Malley was hyping you up and stuff too. What was it like to kind of train with him and kind of be boys with him?
Yeah, no, 100%. Me and Sean have been friends from long before either of us was ever known. So, it's awesome being friends with him. It's also having somebody like that in my repertoire, and definitely looking forward to his growth as well.
Very nice, very nice. And man, you got some pretty sick tattoos on your arm. What's maybe some of your favorite tattoos that you got as well?
I would have to say all my kids' work is probably my favorite. I
Nice.
got my daughter's name up here, and then I got the Japanese cherry blossom tree and some roses, and then some kanji that just signifies things like beautiful and things that are like more girly. And then my son's name on this side with the Japanese koi fish that comes up the arm as well, just for good luck. And then my daughter's name is Kiara, and I got Simba looking down on Kiara on my left shoulder as well. So most of them are all just like good, meaningful tattoos. This one's from Boondock Saints. Yeah, that's pretty funny as well. There's a little
Nice.
wording back there.
Nice, very nice, man. And when you first started martial arts, I heard you were doing a little bit of Wing Chun, man. What was maybe some of your favorite memories of that?
Yeah, so Wing Chun, just building the community, like the people I got to meet inside of the Wing Chun, and then also like just introducing myself into discipline, into training regularly and sticking to regimens and things like that. That was really big for me because I didn't really come from that background. So for me, that was one of the biggest things on that, and I still really enjoy and love Wing Chun, and it's something that I still practice.
That's awesome. That's definitely pretty cool. You still stick with it. And another thing about you is you're a big family man. What's maybe some of your big or some of your favorite memories with your family, man?
Oh man, I have so many. Like I try to focus on creating as many memories with the family as possible. So it'd be hard for me to bring up one in particular, but we've been doing a lot of water park this summer, so that's good. I
Nice.
wanted to take off with them, but I was looking for a fight. I've been looking for a fight, so I didn't really want to jump out. I really want to take the next trip we take. I want it to be like one of those memories that's going to be the big one that we bring up. So it's just been great just spending time with them on a regular period.
You're the man. That's definitely pretty cool, man. And when it comes to you, man, if you get another big win, I mean, that'd be four in a row for you. I mean, do you think maybe a ranked opponent could be next in your future?
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty close to that. But I'm not rushing it again. I know I have work to do. So I think the way that we win matters substantially as well. If we can go out there and do the same thing that we've been doing and finish the fight, I definitely think that would warrant it more. But again, no rush. We'll take our time getting there and then, plan to be ready to stay there when we get there.
Yeah, yeah, no, that definitely sounds awesome. And you do a little bit of cooking on the side too. I mean, what's maybe some of your favorite meals you like to make?
Favorite meals, tacos. So that's like
Nice.
my kid's favorite meal too. I do a taco Sunday where I hand cut some red potatoes, make my own seasoning, and then make the chicken and beef tacos. And kids love that one. So that's probably one of my favorites too.
Nice, nice. Now you do a little bit like posting it and stuff on YouTube and stuff and or whatnot on your Instagram as well too. I mean, how'd you kind of get into that?
Just trying to be out there with the fans more, trying to be more active with the fans and utilizing the platform I have to kind of spread positivity and kind of, you know, people into like a part of me that they don't really necessarily know. So I've been trying to get better about that and build my skills in that area as well. And then just being authentic to who I am. That's one of my main things is showing that I can have a lot of fun, I can do a lot of things, but we can be authentic to who we are. And we don't have to necessarily step outside of that to garner eyes, you know?
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely, man. And the big question I've been wanting to ask you, man. I mean, how's the skateboarding life, man?
Yeah, skateboarding life's great. You know, I get to skateboard more than I got to skate in the recent years, so I've really been enjoying it. I've been bringing back a lot of tricks, you know, because I've been skateboarding for so long. It's not that I'm learning new tricks; it's that I'm relearning these tricks now, you know. So like, just been working on it, getting my nollie lasers right, nollie big hills, just trying to stick to the basics and get everything together. But it's been a lot more fun trying to reemerge my skills, if you would say.
Nice, very cool, man. And when it comes to your boards, like the bottom of the boards with the designs, I mean, what's maybe some of your favorite boards that you might have?
So I always loved girl boards. Those were always one of my favorite boards. Birdhouse has always been another good board that I like. Right now, I've been skating secretly followed skateboards. One of my boys owns that out here. We grew up skateboarding together, and he has his own skateboard company now. And I have a couple logos. I have one like a graffiti one, and then one of my own designs on a board too. So I've been skating that a lot.
Nice, nice. Now, Peyton Talbot, he was skateboarding with Tony Hawk. Can we see you doing that one day?
I hope, man. He did DM me. That'd be sick. I'd be super,
Nice.
super honored. And honestly, I got a lot of tranny skills. So I think I'll surprise some people with what I'm able to do if I do get that opportunity.
I love it, man. That's definitely pretty cool. And you mentioned a couple tricks that you were doing. What was maybe the hardest trick to master?
Out of those tricks, that nollie big hill, honestly, the nollie laser is probably a little bit bigger, harder than the big hill because the rotation. I don't need the, I don't, ha- I don't get the extra to do the extra rotation. So I think that nollie big hill is definitely one. And I've been trying to get my switch laser back. So those are probably two of my bigger, better tricks that I got. But I'm sure there's a couple little extra ones in there.
Very nice, very nice. And I do a little bit of longboarding, but I got an electric longboard. Have you ever used one of those before?
Oh yeah, definitely. I got one as well. Yeah, I try to cruise around on it every now and then. But we lost the battery and the charger for the battery. So now, you know what it is. You know how it is with kids.
Yeah, yeah, literally, man. So I got a Metro board when it comes to electric ones. Which one do you got?
I don't know. It's not. It was like from Kohl's. We got it from Kohl's. I don't think it's like a branded board. You know, we got pinch pennies. You know, with all these
Yeah.
children around.
Fair enough, man. I definitely hear you there. That makes sense. And I've seen you a little bit on Instagram too, like posting pictures of you at the skate park and stuff. What's maybe some of your favorite skate parks you like to hit up?
So here in Arizona, there's this great skate park called Anthem. I lived up there for a little while. That was like when I like started skateboarding super hard because it was the first time I got to live by a skate park. And I could literally skate up there every single day. And I'm used to skating around the city. I skated miles and miles and took buses to skate. So when I moved up there, it was awesome. But 2 years ago, they went and redid that whole facility over there, and they added a flow course. It's like a snake run, and they added another street course on top of the fact they already had a pretty dope park there, and they have a bowl in the back. So that's probably my favorite park right now in Arizona. But also they got Solano up the street. Solano's like the closest one to me, so I skate Solano pretty regularly. It's pretty chill, safe spot, skate spot too. So I get to work on like a lot of the basics and not necessarily have to go crazy and try to hurt myself, you know.
Yeah, yeah, no, I definitely hear you, man. That makes sense. And getting back into Sean O'Malley, man. I mean, he smokes a little bit and stuff too. Do you ever be doing that with him on the free time?
No, so we don't really smoke together, but yeah. I've been so it's so funny. I was in the cannabis industry when I met Sugar, so like I kind of put him on to cannabis. Him and Tim Welch, you know, look, they knew about it obviously, but I was in the industry and that's what I did for a living when we first met, and and it had just become legal out here medically. So I have my medical card. I've had my medical card for 8 years as well. I was inside of the industry. I worked from being a security guard in the industry to being an operational manager of a cultivation site.
Wow.
So that's another one of my passions. You know, I definitely believe in cannabis and have a lot of respect for the people that are behind that game.
That's awesome, man. And when it comes to cannabis and stuff, I mean, how do you think it maybe helps you train or just kind of help you in general?
You know, In particular, I think that it's different per person, you know, different build ups or different body makeups add different things. But for me, it just takes that little bit of an edge off. I've always been a kind of go kind of guy. So it doesn't necessarily slow me down, but it makes me be more present. You know, I feel more presence, you know, and it helps me just do that on a regular basis every day. It helps me just focus on being present. But that, I mean, that's not the main thing that helps me be focused on being present. God and my relationship with Him and my relationship with Jesus Christ is like my main focus. But I would say that cannabis overall, my whole life, has helped me kind of take that edge off and dial into the things that are the most important.
Fair enough, fair enough. And obviously, with your cooking background and stuff, I mean, what's maybe your favorite things to eat when you're smoking?
Oh, everything. That's the problem. That's the problem. So the biggest thing on getting in camp, you know, again, I'm pretty healthy and I stick to, I train hard and I stick to it. But man, probably my biggest alias is eating. You know, I'm a big fan of carne asada French fries. There's Filiberto's out here. They got chorizo French fries. Oh man, they're just way too big of a portion, way too many things on it that I shouldn't be eating. But if you put a plate in front of me, it's gonna disappear.
Fair enough, man. It definitely sounds good. I've never had it, obviously, but it definitely sounds good. And when it comes to you, man, outside the cage, I mean, what kind of music you like to jam out to, man?
So for the most part, really listen to a lot of Christian rap. Like I don't know if you know who Zonti is, and then Caleb Gordon. Another one I've been listening to lately is called Sunday. They're pretty dope. I like that group a lot too. And Miles Minnick. I've been listening to a lot of Miles Minnick, you know. Just the thing, I like to listen to things that are along the mindset that I actually have, you know, because I catch myself listening to other music that I do like. You know, I love Eminem. I love a lot of other artists, like secular artists, I guess you would say. But I tend to see that when I listen to a lot of that music, it drifts me away from mentally where I need to be, you know. So staying in that zone of the things that like are core to me, core to my values, you know, is really big, and music is a big part of my life. So that's why I focus on listening those type of things.
That's awesome, man. And when it comes to music, when you get some free time, do you ever hit any concerts, anything like that?
I don't get a chance to hit concerts. But I did go over to the Jordan is an artist now. He's a skateboarder. Is a pro and he skates for SLS, and I think he even skated in the Olympics, but I don't think he's there this year. But he just dropped the album, and he's an artist as well. So he had his coming out party out here. So I went over there, got to meet a bunch of guys, a bunch of pro skaters, and that was pretty dope.
That definitely sounds dope. I'll have to check out his music after all done this. That's pretty cool. I'm glad you mentioned that. And when it comes to you outside the cage as well too, I mean, what's maybe some cool things that maybe a fight fan might not know about you?
That I love gardening. I think that kind of gets lost in the transcription of everything. Like I have a garden in my backyard, and I've been really working on getting better about gardening. Obviously, a lot of it comes from the cannabis too. After I started growing cannabis and learned how to grow cannabis and understood soil and different things like that, I realized there's a whole nother world because most of what I did in the industry was all indoor and crop steering, and we know we have a lot more control of the environments and those type of things. But to take it outside now with things that are not cannabis plants, which are sensitive, and learn how to grow those and what they like and what they don't like, and that's been really fun for me. So yeah, big into gardening.
That's awesome, man. It definitely sounds pretty cool. And when you get some free time, do you ever watch any TV shows and movies? And if so, what's maybe some of your favorite stuff to watch?
Yeah. So I'm a big anime fan. So if
Nice.
when I a lot of times if I sit down, it's gonna be anime. But lately, when I sit down, the new season of The Chosen just came out. So
Okay.
that's what I sat down and got to finish up those 8 episodes, and it's a great series. You know, just depicting Jesus's life, and like his apostles and his story, and it's really cool how they kind of brought out that concept and kind of brought that to life. So I've been really enjoying watching that.
Very nice. Very nice. And you mentioned anime. I mean, what's maybe some of your favorite animes you like to tune into?
So One Piece, definitely, I've been stuck on One Piece, just trying to stay with it, stay up, because there's so many episodes in it. So definitely stuck on that. But my favorite of all time is always going to be Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z has always been my number one. But there's also another one that a lot of weebs might know about. It's called Yu Yu Hakusho. And that's one of my favorite ones too. My daughter watches it over and over again still. So and it's a classic.
Yeah, it's definitely awesome, man. Definitely some good stuff. And man, getting back into training. I mean, what's maybe some of your favorite memories in the gym?
So it's so funny. We just opened up a new section, a west wing to our gym, essentially, which is awesome. Just to expand the gym. It's always nice to see that growth is happening, and people are coming, and we're giving back to community. So I really love to see that. But when we first opened this facility, we went from our last facility to or to the facility that we're in. I wasn't even like I was just trying to make my way back into fighting. I had the accidents that happened to me, and I was just going through it in life in general. And coach, when we moved, coach really needed a lot of help getting everything built and set up. And one of the things I was able to do was help with that. So I remember helping with all the mats, being there regularly, using my truck to help carry things back and forth. And then we built the cage on a Saturday, and Saturday sparring. I didn't have a fight, I didn't have anything going on, but coach was like, "Hey Marcus, you're gonna start us off the new wave." So me and Moses Diaz did the first cage round in that gym, and I just remember being like, "Huh." Like this is it, like I'm gonna do this thing.
That's awesome, man. That's definitely pretty cool. And getting back into training too. I mean, do you remember your first day on the mats? And if so, like, talk to us more about that very first day and what was kind of going through your head and everything.
Not my first day. I kind of guess I do. I remember just coming into the gym, and honestly, I was just a street kid, street fighting. I trained, but I didn't train under anybody. I didn't really have real technical stuff. I just liked to train, and I always knew I was gonna be fighting people because that was just my nature. And I always wanted to make sure I was prepared for that. So when I went in, I kind of was I didn't know what to think, but I was under the impression I would be fighting pretty quickly. And I remember walking in and them just coming up to me and being like, "Hey, uh, check it out. You're not fighting right away. It's gonna be a year. We're gonna have you train, and you're not gonna be fighting. So show up, and then we'll see if you fight." And of course, I
Wow.
was there every day for that 2 months, and finally they're like, "All right, well, you're a little different. We're gonna let you fight."
Very nice. No, that's awesome, man. And I'm glad you brought up the street fights. You got any crazy street fight memories you could share?
Let's see here. I'll just say one of the ones in high school that I had. Me and my brother were going to high school. I got kicked out of my house and moved in with my uncle, which my uncle was going through it because my aunt had just went to prison, and then I had to move in with my grandparents. And I remember living with my brother at my grandparents' house, and he was always one of those ones that like he talked such a good game, and people are always like mad at him because he talked so good and talked crazy. So I remember us going down, getting off school, and I was always grounded. So I wasn't supposed to do it. I had 15 minutes to get home after school, right? So I was like, all right, bro, we got to hurry up. My brother's fighting. We got to hurry up. We got to smash out. We jump in the boys' truck bed, and we're in the truck bed. We pull up to the fight. I jump out the car. I'm all hyped up. My brother's like, we're walking up to the fight. I'm all hyped up. I'm not even fighting. He's supposed to be fighting at the moment. And I'm like, let's go, let's go. And he's like, oh man, I don't even know if I want to do this. And I'm like, what? Get in there, and we get down the mountain, and the kid runs up on my brother, and they start fighting, and my brother starts losing the fight. And I wasn't going to jump in, because everybody had told me they were going to jump me if I was going to jump in. Not that that stopped me from it, but I'm a fair fight type of person. I was like, if he was going to lose a fair one, I was going to let him lose a fair one. But then my brother was like, Marcus, get him, and I wasn't going to do it. And then the dude squared up with me. And right when he threw a punch, I hit him with the right hand. He dropped. I got on top of him. I think they thought it was going to be the same fight, and it was not going to be because I dropped him right away, and then I started beating him on the ground. And then somebody came and kicked him in the face. Somebody in the crowd came and kicked this kid in the face. I'm like, you guys are supposed to jump me. So I get off of this kid, and I get in everybody's face. This is my fight. This is my fight. Don't you dare jump in on my fight. I swear. Like it was the craziest thing. But I have a bunch of those type of stories.
Fair enough. So that's where the Maniac nickname came from, huh?
Yeah, yeah, definitely a lot older than me for sure.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I definitely like it, man. And one thing about me is I'm actually a Taekwondo instructor. I've been teaching for 6 years now, and I started Taekwondo when I was 5 years old. So I've been training for 19 years now. So I love martial arts and love what I do. And with all the guys I got in my gym, man, what advice do you give them to keep on coming into the gym to keep on getting better and better every day?
It's funny. I think that's the advice right there. Show up. Show up when you don't want to show up. Show up when you feel like you can't show up. Show up when you're hurt. Work on the things that you can work on. I cut my right hand open. I had a lot of different accidents happen to me. And one thing that I will credit to like me being able to switch stances and me being dangerous with all my weapons is when one weapon was down, I was working on other weapons. And not even just because I thought for sure I was going to make it, but because I realized that work is work, right? And it's all putting a penny in, putting a penny in the bank. So every day put a penny in the bank for what you want. Every day put a penny in the bank. Whatever penny that a dirty penny is still a penny. So make sure that penny's getting deposited, and that's the most important part.
I like that, man. I like that message there with the penny. I definitely am gonna steal that one. I definitely appreciate that message, man. And dude, it's been awesome talking to you. Like I said, I was really been happy to try to get you on because I do a skateboard. You're an awesome fighter. It's been awesome talking to you, my man. What's maybe your final message out there for the fans watching this video?
God first, man. God first. We need God back in our life, guys. And again, everyone's not going to have the same faith, the same belief, but God first. Put Him first. Dwell on Him. Think on Him. Use His ways as your ways. For none of us are perfect. None of us will ever be perfect, but He is. And through His grace, we can find a better self. So I really would like to push that message.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a solid message. And before I let you go, man, your merch. What's up with that, man? Where can we get your merch at?
So on my Instagram, if you jump on my Instagram, go to my bio, you'll be able to find it inside my bio, all my merch. It'll take you over to Mental Joe Apparel, one of the brands out here that I've been working with a lot. A lot of mental awareness stuff, mental health. Love his message, love what he's trying to do. So while he helps me, I want to help him push that message too. And one thing we've talked about, because a lot of things he does put on there are different substances that can help you, like ketamine and psilocybin, these things that can help break through that and help you with some mental stuff, but also like God for me. You know what I'm saying? I think that is what my go-to is. It keeps me in that space in my mind whenever I'm going through it, because we all go through it. We're all hurting, we all have trauma, we all have things in life that are just dwelling on us on a regular basis, and it's hard. I'm not going to shortcut anybody, but there's different things out there that will help, and you're never alone. There's plenty of people out there that will help you, even when it feels like no one sees you, even when it feels like no one hears you. There's always someone there. So reach out and get help.
Yeah, no, Marcus, that's an awesome message, man. I hope everybody watching picks up your merch. You definitely have some sick stuff, man. And thank you so much for taking the time, my man. It means a lot to me. And best of luck with your upcoming fight, my man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.